Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I hope that your morning started out good. I'm actually going to talk about two things today. I'm going to talk about the law of attraction and that it should be easy and joyful. And I'm also going to talk about when you see something that like on the news, or you hear something about somebody or about something going on and it seems like contrast and negative, to be able to recognize the good in it. Because I wrote a post this morning that made me think, that's what I want to do my video on. And then I chatted with my friend, and then I was like, that's what I want to do my video on. So I'm doing my video on two things today. First, if you're on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please share. I'm at like 305 subscribers, I think, and I'd like to get to 1,000. So that's just throwing out my little shameless plug there. So the law of attraction should be easy and joyful. And so when you're using the law of attraction to your advantage, if you are pushing yourself to do your affirmations and do your visualizations, it's like, oh God, I got to do that again. That is not creating anything. That's just like pushing things away. You have to find something when you're getting into the habit of these new ways of thinking and feeling and acting. You have to find something that feels good. The hard part of it is finding the time to do it. So if you've got plenty of time, if you're unemployed right now, if you live alone, if you work part-time, whatever it is, if you've got plenty of time on your hands, that part should be easy. What? That part should be easy because you have the time to do it. So find a fun way to do it. What's a fun way? Are you a visual person and you love to work on the computer? Make a video or collage or PowerPoint or something like that that shows you all the stuff that you want in life. If you love to write, if you love to handwrite, hi Mick, then write. It doesn't have to be, you can just write, just write in your journal, write how grateful you are for today, write how grateful you are for what's coming. Like, find that thing that makes you feel good. If you love to read, go read something. If you love to watch TV and watch documentaries or whatever, find something inspirational to watch every day that makes you rethink how you think, feel, and act throughout the rest of the day. You have to find this easy, joyful way to bring this into your life. Because if you just read a book and it says you need to write down your affirmations 10 times, you need to close your eyes and visualize, and then you need to get on with your day and just be joyful and fun, and you are just pushing through that, oh, I hate writing this 10 times, it's so tedious and dumb. Okay, now I gotta close my eyes. Okay, yeah, there's the house, there's the car, yeah, okay, now I can go on with my day. I've done my thing. I don't understand why this isn't working yet, but whatever. So you can't do it like that. You got to do something that feels good. If watching The Secret again feels good, do it. If watching a documentary on being happy feels good, do it. If writing down your perfect day, that's one of the exercises that I kind of promote, is writing down what your perfect day is. When you wake up in the morning, what does your bedroom look like? When you go to your kitchen to make coffee, what does that feel like? Do you go out to a barn? Do you go out to a shop with your cars? Do you head off to your job as a nurse? Are you traveling? Do you live in an RV? What does your perfect day look like? For some people, that is a lot of fun to write that down or visualize or make a video out of it or make a vision board out of it. So you have to do what feels easy and joyful to get where you're going. You can't push. You can't feel forced. You have to feel good about it. And like I said, the only hard part or challenge is finding the time to do it. And then as you find the time to do it, and as you realize how fun and joyful it is and easy it is, you start to change the way you think, feel, and act throughout the day. And that's the goal, is to have these new habits where you're like, oh, I got to go to work today. Oh, well, I'm going to take a different way. That'll be fun. When I get there, I'm going to make sure that, I compliment some people. That'll be great. Instead of, oh, I got to go to work again. The rush hour traffic's going to be horrible. Susie's going to tell me that my skirt's too short, or she doesn't like my shoes, or, feel the difference between those two things. You have to get into these new habits of being excited, having fun, doing good things, feeling good. Okay. So the other thing I was going to talk about today is my friend. I'm not going to name any names. I saw a post from him. He is a huge Disney fan, like me and my family are. He's more of like fanboy material. He goes to the Comic-Cons. He's totally into Star Wars, totally into the whole comic thing, more than I'm just about Mickey Mouse and going to the parks and carrying cool handbags. But so he put a post on Facebook this morning how devastating it was that Disney World just did a huge layoff of a bunch of the entertainers. So like the people that are singing, the people that are doing the musicals and I call them Broadway plays because that's pretty much what they are. The people that are doing all the different shows around the park, majority, if not all of them, got laid off yesterday and got emails that they're going to be laid off and blah, blah, blah. And he was just saying how devastating it was and how all these poor people, and he wants to go to the parks. He lives in the UK. So he's like, I want to go to Disney World again, but now I don't know if it'd be worth it, blah, blah. And my response was, we're going in December and I guarantee you we're going to have a blast. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm sure you will. I'm so jealous. I wish I was going too, but this is just so devastating. And I'm like, this is a blessing for a lot of people. Okay, number one, these people have not been able to perform because nobody can go sit in the bleachers and watch them. You can't be next to people right now. However you feel about that, that's the way it is. So a lot of these people have been taking on different jobs within the Disney park system. I have a friend who works at Disney, and he was working on the parades, and now he's been switched over to a different department where he's not so happy, but he's happy he still has a job. They've rotated people so they can still work, and they're doing the best they can. It makes total sense to me that they would lay off a lot of the entertainers, but they're laying them off. They're getting unemployment. They're having opportunities to move on to different things. For a lot of these people, yeah, it could be devastating. That's what they live for. They love working there, blah, blah, blah. But there are many, many people that are being laid off right now in that situation, that this is a total blessing for them. Maybe they want to spend more time with their kids because their kids are being homeschooled. Maybe they wanted time to go back to school. Maybe they wanted more time. Maybe they need to take care of their parents, and this gives them the perfect opportunity to do that. Like, there are so many good things that come out of this contrast that looks like it's just this devastating, horrible thing. Is it going to be devastating and horrible for people? For some people it's going to be, but not for everybody. So I just pointed that out to him, that even in the midst of contrast, even in the midst of all these big layoffs and unemployment stuff happening, it's a blessing. Like when schools shut down, it was devastating for some kids. For my kid, it was a blessing. He was starting to question if he was going to make it through the rest of his senior year, just because he was having a hard time with some anxiety issues and stuff. And it was a blessing for him. When I told him, it looks like you're never going to have to go to high school again, and you're going to get your diploma anyways because you're going to do online school, he was he was so excited. I was like, you're never going to have to go into the high school again unless you want to. You don't ever have to go to school again unless you want to go to college. You are done. And he was so excited. That was such a blessing. It was a blessing for me because people weren't buying clothes in stores because most of the clothing stores and the thrift stores were closed. So my business doubled because I sell clothes, mostly used clothes on different platforms. So my business doubled. It was a blessing for me. So you have to look at those things. When these big, huge things happen and you're like, oh my God, it's so devastating. Like, why are you putting that energy out there? Is it going to be devastating for some? Yeah, it is. But it's going to be a blessing for some too. Like, everything happens for a reason. And when you see these things happen, look for the blessings, look for the helpers, look for the opportunities and the solutions that come out of this. I mean, look at the last, what has it been, like 7+ months now? Look at how everything has changed and shifted, and look at all the good that's come from all of this. Like, that's what's easy and joyful in that situation. It's easy and joyful to look at, hey, a whole bunch of people just got laid off at Disney, but what are the ones? Let's look at the ones that are going, yes, now I can stay home with my kids and homeschool them. I don't have to go to the park every day and leave them home with a babysitter or an older child. I can really dig in and homeschool them. Yes, I've been asking for something to make it easier to take care of my older parents that, I need to be there several hours a day. And it's just been such a struggle with my job. Now I get unemployment and I can go see my mom and dad, all day, every day if I want to. Like, those are the things you have to look at. And there's so many, like, I'm just putting these general little examples out, but there's so many. I mean, there are so many. There are people that, like my friend that I know that does work at Disney World, he's taking advantage of their college program. He works at Disney and they're paying for his college. So how many of these people are in the college program and they're still going to get their college paid for and get unemployment and be able to spend more time doing their homework? Like, that's amazing. Let's start looking at that part of, these things that look like such contrast. Like, it's just amazing. And it's supposed to be easy and joyful and fun. And as you get more and more into the habit of thinking, feeling, and acting better, it just becomes a daily thing. When you look at something like that, when you're like, oh no, all these people at Disney lost their job. Oh, that's crazy. What's happening? How are we going to go on? When is this going to end? And instead, you have the mindset where you look at that and you go, oh, all those people that are going to get unemployment and it's going to be great. They're going to have all this extra time to do these other things and pursue these other things that they've been wanting to pursue. And are some of them just going to struggle and dig their heels in and just be pissed off and frustrated? Yeah, but that's how they live their life. And until they decide to change that, it's just going to continue. It's going to continue no matter what. If they hire back on, then they're going to be pissed about that because they were just getting used to not being at work. And if and then, they open up the state and then they're mad about that because all the risks, and then they close it down. They're mad about that because what about the economy? Like, those people that are negative are always going to see everything in a negative light. So it's just so much easier and more joyful and more fun, and attracts and creates a better life for you if you get to the point where you can just see the good in everything. You can see the good in even things like death. And, you can say, oh, that's horrible, Shelley. No, if you believe that we are just here in this energetic field, having these experiences in these bodies to expand the universe, death is just like another phase. Like, it's not this horrible thing. Like, do I want to die today? No, I don't want to die today. I'm having fun here. But I'm not afraid of it. I'm not going through my days just going, oh, it's what happens if this happens and what happens if that happens. No, I go through my day, I literally get to a stoplight or a stop sign or a stoplight and I go, what's the best way to go, universe? And the universe tells me, go this way. This is going to be fun. And every once in a while I'm like, no, I'm in a hurry. I'm going to go this way. And then I hit construction. A fire truck goes by and turns our stoplight into a 10-minute ordeal. It's like, listen to that. That is your inner voice. That is your all-knowing telling you what to do, telling you the easiest, best way to get to where you're going. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. I hope that this video has helped you. Have a happy day. I got a pile of stuff right here that I need to list. So have a great day. Happy Wednesday. Again, if you're on YouTube, please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up. And yeah, talk to you tomorrow. Bye.